Hi everyone. So today our topic is significance and challenges to the cultural exchange between East Asia and the world. So first of all, I want to introduce about East Asia for everyone. So we can see this picture. So basically, East Asia is including uh, Mongolia, China, South and North Korea, and Japan. So since ancient time, East Asia has formed an East Asian cultural circle centering on China, including China, Japan, and Korea due to the culture, political, and geographical factors. This culture circle emerged from the spread of Chinese civilization in terms of space. It's developed from west to east, with China as the center, from from the Korean peninsula to the Japanese islands. So when we talk about the culture of East Asia, most mostly we refers to the culture of these three countries. So to talk about this topic, I want to use these three ideas. First one is heritage and traditions. Second one is bridges. Third one is promotion and reference. So first one is basically uh, introduce or talk about the tradition, how important the tradition is to a country. And second one is talk about bridge, which means communication or exchange about culture happened in uh, East Asia and the world. And third one is like idea for a culture. So let's begin. So first one is heritage and tradition. So when we talk about the culture of East Asia, when we talk about the culture, uh, first we need to see we need to know the development of any country could not be divorced from the historical heritage and the culture traditions of this country and people in this country. So Asian China, Japan, and Korea belongs to uh, the East Asian culture circle in the history of human civilization. So the most profound influence of Asian East Asian international relation is the culture relations in the East Asian culture circle. Through long-term, extensive, and in-depth culture exchange, uh, some culture commonalities has been formed, such as the use of Chinese characters in language, the common reverence for Confucianism in ideology and belief. This the same use of chopsticks in life and customs and something so on. Therefore, Some people call the Eastern Asian culture circle as Chinese character circle or chopsticks culture circle. Those commonalities constitute the main culture heritage of East Asian civilization. Although each country's culture has its own national characteristic, this culture genes and the political, economic, culture, artistic, and way of life produced by them have today become the precious historical heritage and culture tradition of East Asian countries. This common characteristic of East Asian culture have deeply influenced the thinking mode, code of conduct, and value of people in this three countries. Since modern time, due to the impact and infiltration of Western force and Western cultures, as well as modernization and globalization of social economy and lifestyle. The culture gene of East Asia has been mutated and diluted. However, some common features of East Asian culture, such as Chinese characters and chopsticks, have been more or less preserved and continued, becoming the common culture tradition and historical heritage of East Asian countries. So for now, all of these can help the world understanding the East Asia better. So for second idea, bridges, we can, as I introduced before, we can see bridges, exchange or communication. So culture exchange is a basic way for people of all countries to understand and communicate with each other. Culture exchange in East Asia are also a bridge for people of East Asia to get know each other, understand each other, and communicate their thoughts and feelings, enhance friendship, and safeguard peace. So since ancient time, China, Korea, and Japan, we know that there are including businessmen, officials, academics, artists, surround the spots in investigation and culture exchange. Wrote a lot of poem, travel notes, diary, and investigation report, and something else. These things are widely spread, deepens the so people get to know each other, understanding. Also left many touching stories. So there is a Chinese writer, Mr. Lu Xun. Once he said the best way for human being to understand and care for each other is to communicate through literature and art. So exchanges in the literature, art, musical, drama, film, and other literary and artistic form among the three countries has promoted the communication of hearts and feeling between the people in these three countries and also the whole world. For example, Chinese classic novel, like for example, can see the picture from in the left, the water marking. This is one of famous novel in China. Almost every Chinese people should be know this novel, and also Japanese animation and comics books. We can see in top of right picture, and Korea films. Here is an example. The host we watched before during the class. So all of these have exerted a great influence on the world. People in the world everywhere can learn and understand the East Asia culture by these ways. So for promotion and reference, so culture exchanges are an important driving force for the development of human society and civilization. Culture exchanges in East Asia have played an important role in the promoting the social development and modernization of China, Japan, and Korea. Many people know that the Asian Japanese envoys to China in the Tang Dynasty and the Ming Dynasty. They learned and absorbed the advanced systems, law, production technology, literature, and arts of Asian China, which promoted the reform and progress of Japanese society. In modern time, a large number of Chinese people went to Japan to study and investigate, to learn from the new ideas, new culture, and reform the experience of Japan after the Meiji Restoration, which promoted China's reform movement of 100 Days, the revolution of 1911, and also the May 4th movement. Culture exchange also reflects the historical trends, and aspiration of the people. The culture exchange between China and Japan in modern time not only shows mutual support of the democratic movement and revolutionary struggle between the two countries, but also reflects the deterioration of the political and diplomatic relation between the two countries and even the friendship between the people during the war. After 1890s, the Japanese militaries took China as the main objective of aggression and launched the war of aggression against China again and again. However, no force can stop the friendly feeling and culture exchange between the Chinese and Japanese people. Even when China and Japan relationships deteriorated and even the Japanese war of aggression against China took place, quite a few religious people in Japan persist in their friendship with China and continue to carry out culture exchange and support the revolutionary struggle of Chinese people. For example, during the Sino-Japanese War, a Japanese progressive writer named Lutgen organized the Japanese anti-war alliance, risking his life to speak out against Japan's war of aggression against China. All this reflects the conscience of Japanese progressive culture. It is thought of and feelings that have become the sole foundation for the promoting and ensuring the friendship between the Chinese and the Japanese people. In the current trend of globalization and modernization, it is all the more important for East Asian countries to learn from each other for common development and win-win cooperation. Japan and Korea also have a lot of experience in economics, development, business, management, science and technology, food safety, and even culture industry, which are very worth spreading to the whole world. Also, China's achievements and experience in its modernization drive are also worth to learning from and absorbing by other countries. So for the conclusion, I want to say with the rise of globalization, regional cooperation has become an important trend in the development of today's world. Today, East Asia has become an important region with relatively prosperous economy, vibrant development, and eye-catching development. How to building a East Asia filtering peace, development and cooperation is a topic of common concern to us all. It is gratifying that today we have found, from a cultural perspective, a new source and a new impetus for future expanding and deepening exchange and cooperation with the countries of East Asia. Namely, the establishment of a cultural alliance to safeguard our common interests. To establish this cultural alliance, first of all, it is necessary to establish a win-win awareness and correctly understand and handle the relationship between national development and regional coordinates development. East Asian cultures need to seriously reflect on history, bury the hatches, resolve the problem left over by history through mutual understand and accommodation, and change the nationalism concept of states sovereignty. We should establish a mechanism for coordination and promotion. Coordinates understanding, seek common ground while reserving difference, demonstrate and design relevant framework for cooperation, and let the idea of win-win cooperation guide the development of region economic cooperation. In short, in the area of information technology and economic globalization, the prosperity of the country depends more on its creativity in culture, knowledge, science, and technology. East Asia has achieved internationally recognized economic achievements in past decade and should strengthen cooperation in the new century to pave the way for Asia culture. Thank you for watching my video.